Hello everyone, Valdor here. Today we're back for some more Paris Service Legion 2021 World Cup action. I am joined by ConstantinValdor, the mighty Custodes. How are you, Valdor, today?
Hello, thank you for having me on your channel, Belgrade. We are viewing our matches against Kazakhstan, which I played against Hyperion, and it was pretty intense, but let's go to the matchups. See for yourself.
Alright, so I do believe you're running something like Amon Tauromachian and Rouboute Guilliman, and I can't remember your third warlord.
My third warlord is actually Alpha Legion, and you will see which one it will be in a second.
We will see. And your opponent today, can you tell us who is he playing?
Yeah, he plays Ahriman, and let me check quick. He was playing Ahriman, Konrad, Curze, and Raldoron.
Alright, Ahriman, Konrad, and Raldoron. So yeah,
Exactly.
his warlords seem like a bit the underdogs. They are not warlords we see that often, save for Ahriman, of course.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Ahriman took a bit of a hit when the Knights were released, but since Knights are not allowed in the World Cup, he's actually a pretty solid choice. Then Curze with Apotheosis, always something you have to look out for. Pretty annoying too if he gets the 10 energy. And Raldoron with that carpool and the ability to buff his own troops, pretty strong choice too. So I was in for quite a treat there. And I was a bit nervous too, I have to agree. I have to admit.
So, without further ado, let's just jump into the first game. We'll see how you play and who you play, I mean. So you open with Guilliman? Why is that so?
I think Guilliman is a solid choice. He can adapt to all of those three warlords, and I wasn't really sure with which one he will start. And I think a 40 HP warlord is still the choice where I can live through a bit of a beating without actually losing the game. So this was the choice I wanted to make. I wanted to have a fairly solid first round, and then we'll see from where to go then.
Alright. So, you kick the 5-3 because these things are going to have recognition anyway, so it won't be useful. And you keep the command bridge.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wasn't pretty happy with that card because I know Ahriman can copy one of my cards with his special cards, which actually might be the Doombringer, which he can bring out early. So I wasn't pretty anxious about that card or the combination of cards I had, but still, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's true. And I see that you decide to play the Logos Lecturer. Now, something I do with my Vulcan is sometimes, even when I can't play a troop before turn 4, I tend to just fill my hand with garbage tactic. It's a bit the same than Guilliman, just to kind of try and jam his patterns of fate. But here, you like, okay, so he can copy Doombringer or Mietus Curze no matter what, so might as well just play on curve.
Exactly, and at the point where I can actually put down units, I wanted to have some sort of board presence, so that he can't just put down heavy unit after heavy unit, and I can't do anything at a certain point in the game.
Yeah,
that's exactly what now happens.
Yeah, and there you do have pretty solid board control, which is unusual for Guilliman, especially in this matchup, and so early.
Yeah, I think I got a bit lucky. I don't know his hand, of course, and well, with the Astral Warfare, he can clear my board easily. And now exactly that happens, what I was fearing. He copied my Doombringer and can get rid of everything I put down to this point.
Yeah, that's true, but at the very least, you have that nice Mietus Curze to answer it.
Yeah, I do have an answer, but it still leaves me with an empty board.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of what Ultramarine it's the spot in which Ultramarine is going to be now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now I feel pretty comfortable. I have good options on turn 7 and turn 8, at least if he is trying to play some vehicle-heavy builds. And from then on, we will have to see.
Okay, and we see City of Light, and he doesn't swing. He's very passive. Most of the time, we will expect a mortar at that point, or something like that.
I think I got lucky there. He could have had a much better play, but I think he just didn't draw the cards he needed at this point.
Yeah. City
I
of
mean,
Light.
my turn was pretty weak too. And you see here again, he isn't really playing something which can put out a lot of pressure. And I can answer that pretty conveniently.
Yeah, Doombringer is perfect here, and you can even afford to face bash, which, you know, it's a matchup that I've practiced quite a bit actually, because I wasn't entirely sure of how it will go for my Ahriman. And I found out that sometimes you need to face bash as Ahriman, sometimes Guilliman needs to face bash, so it's a very interesting one actually. Still Ahriman favored, but it's not straightforward gameplay.
Well, that's true. I mean, at this point, I built my deck that I will always draw the big dreadnought. Damn, I forgot the name.
The Marcellus?
So I know what I will... Marcellus, exactly, thank you. So I do know what I will play next, or what I can play next, but with him playing my counterattack card, I had the idea of dropping Urzi and then sabotage my unit so I can deal out 8 damage.
That's very
Which
aggressive.
I think was the bad play there. He already played Astral Warfare. Of course, he can have a second one, but still, this is something he has to deal with.
Yeah, true. And also, if you play the supply lines, then he's going to expect the Marcellus. Whereas if you don't play supply lines, he could be thinking that, okay, well, if he has Marcellus, I lose, but I need to risk something, and then you play Marcellus.
Yeah, exactly. So now he's trying to soften up my units and deal out some damage here. Of course, that's annoying. Itzakawa came perfectly here, but I got a lucky top deck too. I can get rid of him.
Yeah.
And I still have this massive board presence at this point.
Yeah, he needs his second Astral Warfare alongside a Doombringer probably to try and get out of this. But even if he does, then you can always play your Marcellus. So it's pretty much losable from that spot.
He needs to kill something because at this point I had Lethal on board.
That's true.
That unit actually came pretty handy in for him, and I was afraid that I might lose it here with Forbidden Protocols.
You're never safe from a Forbidden Protocol with Bloodthirst anyway. But his hand is very small. Yeah. The fact that he didn't do much in the first hands kinda makes me think that he has it in his hand. But it's only a 2-card hand, so...
That's what I was thinking here. I mean, I tried to heal up because Bloodthirsty Hydra may easily deal 22 damage or more. And that made me think, if I had attacked at this point, I would win next round because I can dish out 6 damage with Marcellus and the last 2 with my Warlord. But I was afraid about that card, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, I think you can afford to take it slowly. Just because you have the 2 Marcellus in your hand. I mean, you have one, but you have the supply lines for the other. So,
yeah, basically.
So basically, he's running out of cards. There, you don't need to risk anything.
Yeah, that was my fault on the 2. I draw the second one, so I know if he can't get rid of it, or if I have to face bash, I will have lethal next turn. So at this point, I risk it. I was thinking if he had Forbidden Protocol, he would have played it last time. Now he didn't, and if he top decks it, okay, I get unlucky. I had to risk that. And at this point, it's GG. I win with Ancient Marcellus.
Yeah, and also the Forbidden Protocol does not always give 3 points of attack. So even if there is Bloodthirst, it wasn't a guaranteed lethal for him.
Exactly.
But alright, pretty... how do you say that? Convincing win. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think he could have had a better play if he had drawn better cards at those 2 turns when he basically played just some small troops.
Yes.
I think I got lucky there. That swung the initiative into my favor. But still, could have still gone the other way if he had played a Forbidden Protocol. Or if he haven't had it in deck, I don't know.
Yeah, these 6 and 7 turns were kind of lame for him. Like, very lame, actually. So, moving on to the next game. So you won with your Guilliman, so you still have to win with your Alpha Legionary and with your Amon Tauromachian. So what's your choice here?
I was thinking about Amon because if you know that you're up in Custodes in your last game, thinking about me winning the second game, then you can pretty easily tech against that. But on the other hand, I just wanted to win. Since we lost our last matchup against Asia, I went with Alpha Legion, which is a more solid choice, I guess.
I guess that if you win with Custodes, then it's also kind of easy to take against Alpha Legion, isn't it?
That may be, but I wanted to play the safe game here, and I went with Exodus, as you can see.
I even think that it's not only it's the safest place, it's also your best chance of getting a 3-0. I think it's harder to take against Custodes than it is against Alpha Legion, but you're the Custodes expert, so I won't be questioning that.
No, I agree completely. It's easier to play against Custodes again than it is against Alpha Legion because of all the stuns. You can deny his Warlord ability. And if your opponent copies one of those mighty Custodes units, you're in big trouble.
Okay.
He can bring them out early, not good. So here we have a pretty good start. I can play almost up to the half of the game. So I got something for 5 game, and I get pretty lucky with my abandoned supplies, getting out Autilon score early.
That's a juicy top deck indeed.
It is. On the other hand, I mean, he will have his copy card, and he has Harrowing and Autilon score for a choice. I didn't know how to feel about that. So slowly building up more presence here.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna ask you a question you're not forced to answer. Is that a Serpent Squad build?
There's a Serpent Squad in there, but it isn't a force play on that. Okay. I have some heavier troops, and it's mainly stun-based. But the Serpent Squad comes in handy.
Okay. It's not at all something all in the Serpent Squad, as we've seen, as I'm playing myself in this World Cup multiple times. It will be interesting actually to grab your thoughts about what list is better in what situation, but let's talk about that after the game.
Okay. So yeah, I try to reinforce my board presence and also protect my Warlord a little bit, and I decide to go Exodus at this point because for the 6 energy turn I don't have any card to play. So if he plays something, I can answer with a shot and still have a unit down.
That's really smart. I wouldn't have thought of it. I will always use Exodus as please don't have anti-stealth and let me win the next game, let me cheat it in, but that's actually a much smarter idea on how to use the Warlord. Because there is even a simple Morlock he could have played here if he runs it, because that's 2 games in a row where we don't see it, so maybe he doesn't play it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, I feel pretty comfortable. He has nothing down. I can stun him. I can further my energy, so I can play Harrowing or Autilon score. And I have still my gun. I have my gun still loaded, so we have options in the next turn.
That's true.
So this is out of the way once, which is pretty good.
Yes, so now you can stun his Hydras a bit more safely.
Yeah, and at this point I think why not bring down the big boy if he has Ashen Blow. Okay, he has it, he will use it, but he can't use his board and he needs to deal with that, and if he uses Ashen Blow his magic is down to 1 energy point and he can't precog anything.
Yeah. Okay, you have a nice Harrowing here.
Yeah, exactly. He has exactly the amount of cards he needs.
Yeah, perfect. Let me just mention very quickly that if your opponent doesn't have Ashen Blow here, he just loses on the spot, so you might as well just risk it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the 9 damage from Autilon plus the gun, that's game over.
Yeah. And he might have foresaw this, but it's not gonna stop him from losing.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I thought if I stun his board, he still had 1 anti-stun unit played, so he might have 2 or 3 more, depending on which cards he included. And he might have a sabotage here. But still, the chance of winning in an instant, I think was the best way to go here.
Yeah, it's pretty... I kind of think his only way out is something like sabotage plus Forbidden Protocol.
Yeah, and I mean, sabotage actually would have saved him here. He still has that 1 point of energy, he could have won there, but fortunately for me he did not have it, and he has 10 HP, so that's over against Exodus.
So let me just pause quickly. Oh, I can't pause anymore. I was thinking of something different, like you could have played... I'm not saying it's good, I'm saying it's just an idea. You could have played along your Lambda Thunderhawk and the Doombringer. And if you do that with your Contra deck, you can also shoot him for 1, so that he doesn't have a board anymore, and you have that Serpent Squad safe and sound. And I'm not entirely sure...
That would have been a possibility too, yeah.
We should need to kind of think all of the scenarios that could happen after that, and compare how many of them makes you feel better having done that rather than just setting up lethal. But that could have been something we could have tried and discussed if I had paused in time. But let's not focus too much about that. So now we're down to the last game.
Yeah, I'm forced to take Custodes here now. So at this point, I already won 2 matchups. I thought, okay, Custodes will surely not be the best matchup against Ahriman. He plays him again, of course, still his best choice. And at this point, I just got a bit lucky.
That's indeed quite the hand you have here.
Yeah. I mean, I kept the Herculanus Fidelity basically because he can steal a card, and if he gets that, I'm fine with it. I got lucky a second time here, actually, because I got first. If he would have gone first, he could have copied the spear. And that would basically be game over for me. If he can do that twice, he has too many options to win.
Oh, that's something I have never done actually against Custodes. It's something you can't do against Alpha Legion just because their counter attack allows them to play the Pale Spear before you, no matter what you do, except if you have Tauromachian in play. But against Custodes, it's true that you can actually steal the spear, but I've never been able to do that. And I've played a couple times this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the chance to get the other 3 cards here, but I'm lucky that I did not have to take that risk.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I was thinking what he might have got, but I guess the preternatural skill was the safe choice to go with. Everything else I can deal with. Preternatural skill might buy him a vital turn.
Yeah, preternatural skill is definitely what I would have picked if I had the opportunity as Ahriman, given the hand you have.
Yeah. And now I just go super aggro because I know if he can put down all those units and precog them, I will not have a chance. I will not be able to regain the board at a certain point in time. So I have to bash him down.
And that's too early for the counter attack. You shouldn't do that. Oh, he has 9 cards in hands. Okay, so I see why. But it's very strange that he can develop anything still. I kind of question his list, having seen it 3 times in a row. It's not supposed to be that way. Either he had terrible luck 3 times in a row, but it's a big surprise that we haven't seen any Malchial. And Witchfire isn't the card you should run as Ahriman, I think. City of Light,
at this
either.
point, it does its job. And he actually does me a little favor here by killing the Herculanus Fidelity. It would have prevented me to draw a card.
Oh yeah, especially since he can't attack with it. Since you can't attack with it.
Yeah.
He could have denied you 2 cards actually. Oh no, only 1 because the Doombringer will shoot.
Yeah, I mean, regaining the board presence completely, I get the point, but I think at this point it would have been more worth to him if he denied me a card.
Yeah, and also it's too early to play that precognition. It's great that it's out of the way now for you.
Yeah. Maybe he was afraid of me having Mikhailor and Orders from Terra, which is a pretty popular build with Amon.
I mean,
understandable, maybe a bit premature.
Yeah, I mean, if you have it now, then you will also have it next turn, and you will just do it the turn after.
Agreed. Yeah.
So he's giving precognition to his troops so that you can't play your eagles into them. Good thing for you, you have Megator.
Yeah, I can get rid of the Mortar Carrier, but the Doombringer will be a problem until I can beat him down.
And
I still have to go with my plan, be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, I completely agree with the drilling side here. You need to kill Ahriman as quickly as you can.
So I mean, at this point, he has always to be afraid of me having Coburnus. So he, of course, clears my board.
Yeah.
Which also deals damage to me. So it's actually a two-way win for him at this point.
Indeed. And that's smart. That's smart. Not taking that extra point of damage. Taking it isn't necessary. So it's very good that he doesn't do that.
Yeah, and it also gives him the possibility to deal 2 damage to me again with the cleave of his land speeder, because I cannot get rid of my Melgator here.
Yeah,
and at this point, I already fought for myself. I will lose that matchup, so I deal as much damage as I can to his Warlord. The smarter choice would have been to deal 1 damage to his land speeder, because then he can't damage my Warlord. But well, it went that way, and we will see how the game will end. It was actually game deciding, and it was winning.
Yeah, so far you can still hide for another turn with that, and you can deal 12 points of damage basically over 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, at this point I decided to get rid of some of his units, especially the Doombringer, and then we will have to wait what top deck will give me.
Okay,
so I can dish out another 3 damage. He is still blocked from attacking me, but the mortar carrier will still hit me for 3 damage every turn. So he's in quite a comfortable spot, although he's already pretty near to lethal. He just doesn't know it. I mean, he is dishing out all the damage he has, giving me the Ankto and giving me Ankto again. So I'm pretty close to losing at this point.
Yeah, also you can't. Oh yeah, you can't face bash twice because you have the first strike. And
he made a mistake here, in my opinion. He did not precook his units, so I can get rid of them both. Which actually brings me back into the game. He could have done it. He had enough energy. Maybe he thought he won the game. Maybe he thought he already lost it. I don't know. I really don't. But this gave me the chance, actually, to come back.
Yeah, because now he can't win with Sabotage. He needs something more. And that doesn't do anything. And that does something. And that too.
And that too. And at this point, he face bashes me, and that actually brings him into lethal range.
Well, if he doesn't face bash you, you can just swing 1 more time, right?
Yeah. But at this point, I get super lucky, because I can kill this barricade here. And then I win or I lose. Play mortars.
It all comes down to this.
I got the 33% chance correctly, and I hit his Warlord, and then I win.
Indeed. Just because he has the psychic barrier, that means that he should not attack, because you might actually be forced to send 1 attack into the barrier. So it was his final downfall.
Yeah. I mean, I got super lucky with my last matchup. There was no skill involved. I just got lucky with the top decks and the way it was played in the end. But, well, it's a card game. Luck is a big part of it.
It's a card game, and you could have also drawn into Lectician Vitalius or whatever, because you did not have any draw that game. So, overall, I think it kind of balances. He did make some mistake. I kind of consider myself as an Ahriman main, and the way I saw him play his 3 games, it's not flawless gameplay. It's good, but it could be slightly improved. So overall, even if it comes down to this last 30% chance, I feel like your 3-0 is kind of deserved, honestly. Not that your opponent was bad, but you just outplayed him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he could have had a bit more luck earlier in the games too, against Guilliman and against Exodus. But I got a bit more luck there. I got the right cards at the right moment.
Yeah, so you got what you needed to win, and you managed to 3-0 in Ahriman, which is not a small progress, No,
thank you. And I did not expect that, really not. I was glad that I did, though.
Yeah. So we will not spoil the results of your comrades, because I might cast them on this channel later on. So anyway, thank you, Valdor, for joining me today. It was a big pleasure casting these games with you.
Thank you very much, and also thank you for having me on your channel.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'll be back soon with some more gameplays, maybe from Germany, maybe from France, maybe from some other country you'll know. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like if it's not already done, and I'll see you all there. See you, take care, goodbye.